Hey y'all, yeah, it's kind of been a long time since you've seen me. I got really busy with school and then my computer broke, so I wasn't able to edit videos and stuff, and it happens. It's fine. But today I'm going to be talking about the drag show. So if you watched my other video, I went through what I was going to be wearing and my costume and everything, and I even have some pics that I'll put at the end of this video so that you guys can see how it looked all together and off the stage. Today I'm going to be talking very specifically about my performance, and I have a crappy cell phone video from the day before the dress rehearsal and the dress rehearsal. So the day before I was just in casual clothes or whatever, and I was just kind of practicing and going through some of the movements that I was thinking of doing. And then there was the dress rehearsal, which was basically the same as the performance because that was, at that point, I had finalized what I was going to be doing. So a lot of the things are very similar, but I want to be pointing out some of the differences that were made and some of the things that were particularly done well, in my opinion, that if you are starting out kind of like I am, are things that you kind of want to pay attention to. One helpful thing that I found was the fact that I had filmed it for the day before the dress rehearsal and the dress rehearsal so that I could see how I looked on stage from the audience's perspective, particularly the very first part of my performance. The idea was it would be backlit and I would come into view singing as that part of the song starts, because it starts with a little bit of instrumental and then they start singing and I turn around and I'm there. Although when I was first on stage, I stood on the very edge of the backlighting screen, area, zone, whatever you want to call it, because to me that seemed like the reasonable position. That would be from somebody's perspective that was right in line. So only a small number of the crowd from over here would be able to see me backlit until I step out onto the side more.
Oh, Mr. Hamilton, what have you done? Look. Oh, Mr. Hamilton, what have you done? Look at this terrible trend.
Part of finalizing everything for what I was going to be performing was deciding what things looked good and what things I wanted to keep. One of those things was my actions for a part early in the song. It really helps me move across the stage and fill the stage. It's a pretty large stage that I'm on, and filling it can be pretty difficult because a lot of people that I've seen perform will have their little performing, I'm back and forth, I'm seeing all of the audience, but I'm not moving any depth. I'm not filling the stage, there's not that many interesting things happening. I'm just going back and forth. Whereas in my performance, I really try to fill the stage and add a lot to my performance, even though I'm not that good and I'm not really adding that much, but it's just a little bit more. It's just one more aspect.
How things have changed from when I was a boy. Clockwork would tick and would bring me much joy. But with your advent there's no need to wind. Everything charming has been left behind. From when I was a boy, clockwork would tick and would bring me much joy. But with your advent there's no need to wind. Everything charming has been left behind.
So for this part, I didn't include the video of the day before the dress rehearsal because it wasn't really necessary. It was the same type of thing. I mean, a lot of them are pretty similar, and it just really fits the anger of the song.
I was a lover of gears great and small. They all were my friends and you've murdered them all.
Since the person I was working with and I didn't really have the time, because we're both students, to learn how to waltz so that we could do it for less than a minute on stage, we had to figure out a way to waltz. a way to make it convincing that we're waltzing and make it look good. So it doesn't even necessarily have to be waltzing. It just has to look cool. Because really, what is drag? Looking cool. One of the things that I learned is to not cross my feet over each other. This can be seen between the day before the dress rehearsal video and the dress rehearsal video, because I crossed over my own legs, and that was not an issue for me, but that was an issue because I was supposed to be leading. And it's hard to follow when it's not clear what's happening. So figuring that out was a part of the drag show performance that was really important to do, because it didn't look good, and in fact it just looked bad. It looked like we didn't know what we were doing, and especially as the characters that we were, confidence was super important. In general in drag, confidence is important, but it was so important for our characters that we were portraying on the stage. I included this part just because it's pretty clear what I'm saying. I lip synced really well and really big. That's part of the performance, is just so that the audience who is far away from you can tell what you're saying. So you like over exaggerate all of your movements, including your mouth movements. And even though this is a really low quality video, you're able to kind of see that I'm saying the words. I just wanted to include that as an example for lip syncing.
How could a person commit such a crime to murder immaculate keepers of time? Why should a person so foul get away? Hamilton, you're gonna pay!
This is the ending, the closure of my song. It wasn't the best connected between the part where I'm yelling and the part where we end. You'll see. But I think that it went really well, the way we filled the time and the space, so that I was moving one way, and then we had a little bit of time and I moved back to center, and we closed with a nice bow.
You caused the death of the
That's all I have. The videos kind of moved around a lot and weren't always the most clear, so that's why I didn't bother including the full video from the dress rehearsal. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that it helped with some tips to perform. If you have more questions for me, then feel free to ask in the comments below. I know that plenty of drag performers have workshops and things like that that you can go to if you're looking for some real good tips, but as far as casual performing or just kind of wanting to know, I hope that this was really helpful. So over spring break I felt super bad because I didn't film anything, and it was partly due to the fact that I couldn't edit anything because my computer was broken, but I should have at least filmed something. But what I did do was I made 2 cardboard ukuleles and 1 case for a cardboard ukulele, which was pretty unnecessary. It's right up here. Wow, amazing. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw the pictures of my cardboard ukuleles, and if you guys would like a video talking about how I made them, I know it's kind of off-brand of what I talk about, but it was really fun and it's really cool, so if you want to make a cardboard ukulele, hit me up. I'll give you some pointers. See ya!